Our main changes, I suppose, are the building we're in. So it'd be the new offices, meeting room, freezers. The workflow through production is a lot more comfortable, a lot more space for them to work with very high ceilings, well lit, compared to the older building that we did have, which was built over many years, so in lots of different stages. It's so nice. They can run one side of the factory with lots of space, or they can run both sides with still lots of space through the centre. The office is nearly 3 times the size as the old one, so you have a lot more personal working space for everybody. Instead of having a small desk with everything crammed in, you've got a large desk, loads of drawers, space to be able to do what you want and just be comfortable. It's all insulated panels, so that it's a lot warmer and quieter than it was, and it's all air conditioned. Every light is LED, they're all PIR, so it's a massive energy saving. If they're not being used, it does go dark. Everything being so much bigger with more space is just far more comfortable for everybody who has to work here. I wish I could appreciate it more. It is far more comfortable. I hope the staff appreciate it more than I do, but because we're suddenly moving on to something else or to the next improvement, you don't have much time to actually enjoy the work you've already done. We're always pushing forward to try and be cutting edge. We are all the newest machinery. I think even our oldest machinery is only a few years old now. We've just put in the borehole to supply our own water. Just a lot of the efficiency in general, to be honest. We've got the van store so they can load, plug in, leave the vehicles. Hence why we can load in the mornings, leave them plugged in running while we complete everything else. We never used to have that. They always used to be outside. So now they're stored inside, and the electric units are run properly and the vehicle units are run properly. Every improvement we make is to make it more comfortable for the staff. And although we will keep improving, recently it's been very good. By producing our own power, using our own water supply, which is direct from the ground, we're trying to lessen our carbon footprint in general.
Some years ago we put the solar panels on the new production facility, and that was an initial small step towards producing our own energy and being more eco-friendly. So as soon as we started building this building and finished it and had all that roof space, part of the design was done so you had a bigger pitch pointing in the direction of the sun. So now we have a solar rig on this building, which is, I believe, rolling on towards twice the size of the initial one that we put onto the production. And because it was years later, they're much more efficient and actually produce a significant amount more energy than the older rig on the production building.
During the summer, our whole plant runs directly off solar. Well, we use, I think it's up to about 140 kVA. So if we're producing 200, we put 60 back down in the grid.
Yeah, that rig has grown significantly. I think there's 600 or 700 panels up there in total. It's a hell of a lot.
100,000 litres of swimming pool water. And it varies between 16 degrees and it runs up to about 24 degrees in the summer. We use a tri-pump system that pumps it up the hill through the machinery to keep the temperature down, because they need water to run through the machinery. And then it's also used to pump through the plate heat exchanger. So when the hot mix comes through the plate heat exchanger, the cold water runs and brings the mix down in temperature, and all the hot water then goes back down into the pools. We are trying to use everything you can and be as least wasteful as possible. So the fact that we recycle everything, we reuse everything we can, is always better for the long-term environment.
One of the things that we did start doing in 2019 was that we launched a campaign to reuse single-use plastic items at festivals. So if you as a customer were willing to repurpose your empty coffee cup or repurpose your empty picnic Tupperware instead of having a tub or a cone from us, we would reward that with additional scoops of ice cream and additional chocolate sticks in an effort to just generally lessen the amount of waste, even if it is recyclable, that would go into the event bins. When we conclude a day's trading, we will often do a circuit of the other traders and try to convince them to take some empty tubs off us. That might be another caterer who would who would take the tubs off us for food storage. At the flower shows, we get a lot of interest from a lot of the other craft stalls that use the tubs for DIY storage. If you can identify projects or initiatives that you yourself are in control of that have a positive impact on the environment, then you can feel proud about that.